7 tips to film, edit, and create a lot of YouTube contents fast. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 8 tips on how to film, create, and produce more video content. Some of these tips you can also use for blogging as well if you're focused more on the writing process. But these are honed explicitly in the YouTube section and video creation process. Tip number 1, brain dump your headlines. Whether you're using Excel, a spreadsheet of some sort, Airtable, or just doing it in a notepad file or a notebook, doesn't matter the tool that you use correctly. What's more important is to do an initial brain dump to get a lot of ideas going and cooking inside your head. Tip number 2, have your studio ready. If you go ahead and constantly have to set up your studio before you film and then take it down and then set it back up the next day, this is a lot of downtime process that you have to get your shift on and off. I understand some of you that are working in a small space, could be an apartment where you don't have the room. You have to take it down. That's understandable. Sometimes, it's even wiser to have a studio maybe outside, but this, of course, you do have some weather problems and weather conditions that could create some issues. In either case, having a studio ready to go allows you to film at any given moment very quickly. Tip number 3, batch your tasks. Let's say you have 50 videos to do. It might be wise to record those 50 videos over a 2 to 3 day period. Then again, over the next 2 to 3 day period, do some editing. Then, 2 to 3 day period to go ahead and do some descriptions within YouTube, or even do the tags, create the thumbnails and that kind of thing. If you batch the processes into segments, it makes things more efficient. Rather than hopping and doing a video, editing, shifting your mindset, shifting your gears to open up Photoshop and do a thumbnail. You have to go and do the tags or upload into, if you're doing a podcast, into your podcast platform. Instead, when you have all those videos created, if you need to upload all those videos into podcasting format or an MP3 format, then you do 10 at a time or 50 at a time. Doing it in batches makes things much more efficient. Tip number 4, create templates. When you are filming, and you're doing a lot of processes that are the same, whether that's looking at creating thumbnails, looking at uploading into SoundCloud or Buzzsprout or Libsyn, any things that you're doing on a repetitive basis, it's good to have a template. For example, we use a template for when we do thumbnails, and they are very similar. They might be very similar for 3 to 6 months, where we just change the color only 1 or 2 things and then go to maybe switch up that thumbnail or make a little bit of change or adjustment. Look to have some templates, whether it's for your name, like right now you see a video with a little corner piece. This is a template that I use and reuse not just for this type of show but also for other shows that I have on my other YouTube channel. Once you have that template in place, it allows you to reuse things time and time again. Maybe all you do is switch the logo on the side or something to that effect. Having templates allows you to speed up that workflow by just making 1 or 2 single changes. It creates a little variation. You'll also see a template towards the end of this video, on my outro screen, as well. Tip number 5, find techniques for efficiency. One of the things that I do now to speed up that process is to go ahead and have a very long cable and it directly streams into my computer. Tip number 6, simplify the process. I know that sometimes we want really great and cool videos to have some effects, do something. That's in our industry, where someone creates some really nice videos, ads and some music. They have killer videos and maybe you're looking for those things as well. But sometimes, it's just a lot more work, and instead, the better approach is to simplify the process. Focus on creating great quality content, and eventually, you'll slowly start adding in things and components that make sense to you. Tip number 7, cut the slack. Look at where you can reduce the slack within your composition, within creating your videos, within editing your videos. Where is the slack? It takes a certain amount of time for the production time, editing time, and all the way to completion. So, where is that slack? Other things that I've done to reduce and cut the slack is I stopped writing scripts for my videos. Instead, I make bullet points, and eventually, that'll go away as well. But I find that having bullet points allows me to stick to the concept that I want to give or talk about and discuss. Please subscribe, like and comment. Let's know other ways you like to make your videos faster.